modern shooters popular now more than ever, a lot of fans feel like developers have somewhat lost their creativity. Battlefield is one of the most popular franchises to feature historic warfare, but lately it has been stagnating in the current area time period. In this video, BattlefieldPortal gives you our reasons why we would like to see a Battlefield Vietnam 2. The original Battlefield Vietnam and Battlefield Bad Company 2 Vietnam arguably had the best and most iconic themes in the Battlefield franchise. This was due to the music and heavy influence by popular Vietnam War movies. One of the key features in Battlefield Vietnam was the asymmetrical warfare. The two teams were given wildly different kits and armor, making the US rely more on heavy vehicles and the Vietnamese rely more on infantry tactics. This helped to reflect the actual conditions during the Vietnam War and made for exciting, teeth-rattling action. If DICE ever plans to make a sequel to Battlefield Vietnam, we want these features to be incorporated, making it as authentic as possible for the player.
Everything from buildings to vehicles to trees and the actual ground you're walking on, it can and it will be destroyed.
When DICE started developing Battlefield Bad Company, they made the switch from the Refractor to the Frostbite Engine. Creating stunning visuals and action-packed effects, we feel like the latest iteration of this engine could provide some gritty scenery for the Vietnam War, as evidenced in Bad Company 2 Vietnam. With a focus on fire and area effects, the incendiary weapons of the United States and the booby traps of the Viet Cong could be showcased in horrific realism. Different factions played major roles during the Vietnam War. That's why we'd like to see the same variety in armies that the original Battlefield Vietnam offered. The North Vietnamese Army, the Viet Cong, the United States military, and the South Vietnamese Army. Each individual army would have its iconic weapons: the M16A1, the AK-47, the Thumper, and the Flamethrower, to name a few. Of course, more weapons we haven't seen in Battlefield titles before could be added to this list, like the Ithaca 37, the Owen gun, the VZ-58, and the MAT-49. Battlefield always emphasizes vehicle-based warfare. In Battlefield Vietnam 2, DICE could create a giant arsenal of armor for players to choose from. Next to the well-known Huey helicopter, the M48, and the T-54 tanks, we'd like to see newcomers to the Battlefield franchise, like the F-111 Aardvark, the B-52 bomber, and the Centurion tank for the Allied forces. The Axis team could benefit from the MiG-21 jet, the T-62 tank, and the Type 63 APC. These are just examples, but let it be known that more in this regard is always better, as long as everything is balanced. One of the things that made the original Battlefield Vietnam such a success was its giant maps based on locales of important military engagements. With just enough variation in cover and openness, the jungles of Vietnam were visualized in deadly detail, leaving room for opponents to ambush you in the forest or chase you with a tank in the open fields. Much like in real life, a soldier in Vietnam was never safe from danger. We want the same presence of environmental hazard in Battlefield Vietnam, as it would truly come to life on an updated game engine.
Dying are the best I've ever. Wait, shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Campaign modes have always been controversial topics in core Battlefield games. We think Battlefield Vietnam 2 could really benefit from a narrative single player. In the Bad Company series, DICE managed to convey a fun yet serious Band of Brothers style story. We'd like to see more of this, only in a more mature jacket. A gritty tale that would revolve around a squad behind enemy lines. It would involve numerous set pieces and historic missions of the Vietnam War. What would you like to see in a new Battlefield Vietnam? Let us know in the comments. For more entertaining Battlefield and Star Wars Battlefront videos, be sure to subscribe to BattlefieldPortal.